What's up, everybody? It's me, Joey P, Joe Pizzapia, and I am so excited because today it's my favorite video every year, my must-have players for 2024. So I hope you are ready. You're buckling in because these are the players that I just simply can't live without in 2024 Major League Baseball. And if you're watching this video, don't forget to like it, share, and subscribe to FantasyPros MLB, the home of your daily baseball dose every single day, leading off Monday through Friday. It's going to be here before you know it. So subscribe to the channel because good things happen when you do. And this list, I'm going to warn you, at the top, there's some young players that I think are going well past the ADP they should be. So I'm going to practice some patience. I'm going to draft them, put them on my roster, and I think you should too. But we're going to go from those guys outside the top 200 all the way up into somebody that I think could be the 1-1 in 2025. Who are those names, you're asking me? I'll tell you right here. So without further ado, here are Joey P's top 10 must-have players for 2024 Major League Baseball. Hey, do you like free stuff? If you want a chance to win a signed Jazz Chisholm Miami Marlins jersey courtesy of bettingpros.com, your place to start betting smarter, not harder. All you need to do is subscribe to FantasyPros MLB YouTube channel right now, comment below in this video, and that's it. That jersey can be yours. We'll be announcing the winner of the Jazz Chisholm jersey right here on the channel, so make sure you turn on those notifications so you can be alerted when new episodes drop, and you can claim your prize. Coming in at number 10 on our list, Junior Caminero, infielder for the Tampa Bay Rays at an ADP of 208. Folks, I am excited about Junior Caminero, and you should be too. After 3 minor league seasons and 223 games, he has a slash that is elite, a 316 batting average, a 383 OBP, a 555 slugging, and a 938 OPS. That is the stuff dreams are made of. And yeah, I know he's only going to be 20 this year, but I think he is ticketed for the big leagues sooner than later. He's practically free in drafts, and I think you should be aggressive on him, and here's why. I'm pretty sure the Rays have a big giant hole in the middle of their lineup, and Junior Caminero is the guy who can fill that and be productive right away. Yes, I know he's young. Sure, young players have adjustment periods, but when you watch the tape of Caminero, it's hard not to be impressed by the opposite field power he's got, the contact skills, the pitch recognition skills. The dude has got it all, and it's not going to be long. I think he's going to play 120 games for the Rays this season. Yeah, there, I said it. Even if he plays just 100 games, he's going to be well worth this ADP investment. So get on the Caminero train right now, and you can thank me later. Number 8 on this list, and I'm promising you this will be the last rookie guy I'm going to talk about. No, this isn't a dynasty video. It's Jackson Chourio of the Milwaukee Brewers, the outfielder at an ADP of 144. He signed a massive extension in this offseason with the Brewers, and Jackson Chourio is going to be an everyday player from opening day. Don't think differently. Chourio dominated in Double-A last year, over 122 games, slashing 280, 336, 467. He had 22 homers and stole, get this, 43 bases. He did have a little bit of time at Triple-A at the end of the season and also carried over that momentum to the Fall League, where he hit an incredible 379 with a 984 OPS. The kid is ready to shine. Now, again, patience is what we practice with all of these young players. But when we're talking about players that I want to invest in at ADPs of 140 or greater, these 3 players, Caminero, Marte, and Chourio, all stack up, all have opportunities to play a fair amount, if not the entire season for their respective clubs, and all of which have power and speed and the opportunity to return their draft investments. So let's continue on with the youth movement in Major League Baseball and take Jackson Chourio at 144, because if you do, you're going to get a steady outfielder 3 who I think has the upside for more, despite the fact he's just 20 years old in 2024. Number 7, Xander Bogaerts, shortstop for the San Diego Padres, coming in at an ADP of 93. Am I crazy, or does nobody want Xander Bogaerts but me? I don't understand why, because his ADP is closer to 100 than it is to 50, and this is a player people were fawning over the last few years. I understand he had a bad first half, but after those struggles and that big contract went away, yeah, he hit 253 in the first half with a 731 OPS. In the second half, over his final 71 games, he hit 321 with an 857 OPS. Xander Bogaerts last year stole 19 bases, hit 19 homers. I understand the RBI total was a little low at 58, but again, that's more lineup placement than anything. And he still scored 83 runs last year. So I'm looking for Xander Bogaerts in year 2 to settle in more in San Diego. This is a 2020 player that you can get around 100, and when you consider the depth of shortstop, he might be one of the best values on the planet right now in drafts. So Xander Bogaerts is a guy that I want to draft at that value, reap the rewards of a 5-category stud at the middle infield spot. Ooh-wee. Xander Bogaerts is going to be one of my must-haves for 2024. The next guy on this list, Welsh would not forgive me if I left off. It's Alex Bregman, third baseman of the Houston Astros, coming in at an ADP average of 67. And folks, I just don't get it. This is a player who's going to score 100 runs, come close to driving in 100 runs, probably hit 25 homers, and a batting average somewhere in that 265 range. Am I missing something? This is an outstanding player, and it feels like people don't want him enough, but I do. I think he comes at a fantastic value of third base. When those elite guys are gone, you could possibly get similar power numbers, runs and RBIs from the guys at the very top of this position. Yeah, you might lose some batting average, but when you consider the value of Alex Bregman even in salary cap leagues, he might be a better return on investment for less dollars. So Alex Bregman still plays in an all-world lineup in Houston in a favorable ballpark. He is still in his prime years. I understand maybe he's never going to chase that 41 home run season in 2019, but 30 home runs is not out of the question for Alex Bregman. He just has to be a little bit more consistent at the beginning of the year, and if he does that, it's well within his range. But regardless, that 25, 100, 100 floor, I will take every day of the week. So what if he doesn't steal any bases anymore? I don't care. Give me the value of Alex Bregman in every draft. Number 5 on our list, Royce Lewis, third baseman of the Minnesota Twins at an average ADP of 64. Everybody, Royce Lewis is on the precipice of a breakout season. The projections on FantasyPros for Lewis this year are 78 runs, 26 homers, 83 RBI, 14 steals, and a 269 batting average. And I'll be honest with you, I think he can go over all of these projections in 2024. Lewis is a great combination of power and speed. He's got minor league track record. Injuries, unfortunately, have derailed a little bit of that development, which seems to be a running theme of Minnesota rookies over the last 5 years. But I'm going to put those concerns aside and invest in Royce Lewis because this guy has MVP caliber upside for a Twins team that has aspirations not just for this division, but also for the American League crown. So I am in on Royce Lewis. You should be too. This is a 5-category player outside the top 50 ADP. Those guys don't grow on trees. The only reason he's not top 50 in ADP is because he hasn't done it yet. So let's be ahead of the curve with Royce Lewis in 2024 because I gotta have him. Number 4, Nolan Jones, Colorado Rockies first baseman and outfielder at his current ADP of 62. Nolan Jones was damn good last year. 20 homers, 20 steals, hit 294, had 108 hits in 106 games for the Rockies. And you might say, well, he's a product of Colorado. But is he? Is he? Because on the road last year, he had 288 with a 380 OBP, a 554 slugging, and a 935 OPS. Folks, Nolan Jones is not a product of Colorado. He is a product of good hitting and talent. And Nolan Jones is right now poised to have an incredible season for the Rockies. He hit lefties, he hit righties, he hit at home, he hit on the road. He is the next guy to build the franchise around in Colorado. So, what do we do with him? Well, we draft him, and we draft him with fervor because, again, like Royce Lewis, this is a player going outside the top 50 with 5-category potential. That's right, 5-category potential. He's one of the best values on the board. The only reason, again, just like Royce Lewis, that he's not higher up on the draft board ADP is because he hasn't done it over 162 yet, but that's just a matter of time, folks. So be aggressive on Nolan Jones. He's going to give you position flexibility and stellar productivity. What's better than that? I don't know. Coming in at number 2 on our list, and things are going to get a little pricier here, it's Ozzie Albies, second baseman of the Atlanta Braves at an ADP of 22 on average. Last year was a revelation for Ozzie Albies. He got back on track and matched his 2021 glorious season with 96 runs scored, 33 homers, 109 RBI, and 13 steals, not to mention a 280 batting average. This is a 5-category stud at a position that's frankly lacking, so I am willing to go early and often in drafts for Ozzie Albies, especially in those deeper leagues where second base gets really thin really quickly. Albies is an absolute stud in a fantastic lineup that's going to score a ton of runs yet again in 2024. He's got guys get on ahead of him, guys to protect behind him. I don't know what more there is to say except I must have Ozzie Albies in 2024. And my number one must-have player for 2024, Seattle Mariners outfielder Julio Rodriguez, coming in at number 6 in ADP, and I am excited about Julio Rodriguez in 2024. For a guy being drafted in the middle of the first round, Julio Rodriguez screams like he could end up as the number one overall player if everything breaks right for him in 2024. Last year, he had 102 runs scored, 103 RBI, hit 32 homers, and stole 37 bases. We'd be talking a lot more about Julio Rodriguez's 2023 had Ronald Acuna not gone 40-70, but 30-30 is nothing to sneeze at, and he could be a 40-40 player if he can just start to correct a little bit of those slow starts that he tends to have every single season. If you look at the tail of the tape over his career, Julio Rodriguez has hit just 262 with a 766 OPS in the first half of games he's played. In the second half, it's a different story. This guy heats up in the summertime, folks. A 306 batting average, a 577 slugging, and a 939 OPS. Just a mediocre start to the season for Julio could mean 40-40 and the number one overall player, and quite possibly the MVP of the American League as well, which, yes, of course, I've already placed that wager for MVP on Julio for a second year in a row. Why? Because I believe in the player, and I believe he is going to be possibly the 1-1 when all is said and done going into 2025. Therefore, Julio Rodriguez is my number one player that I must have in 2024. There you have it, everybody. Those are my must-haves, but I love to hear from you. Drop your comments below. Tell me who is the must-have player. Give me a list of your top 10. I don't care. I've got time on my hands to read it. So drop your comments below, but don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell for notifications till it goes ding on the FantasyPros MLB channel so you know every time a piece of content drops here on our channel. If you want a chance to win a signed Jazz Chisholm Miami Marlins jersey courtesy of bettingpros.com, your place to start betting smarter, not harder. All you need to do is subscribe to FantasyPros MLB YouTube channel right now, comment below in this video, and that's it. That jersey can be yours. We'll be announcing the winner of the Jazz Chisholm jersey right here on the channel. It's been so fun hanging out with you today, talking baseball, and before you know it, the season's going to be here. So happy drafting, everybody. Go sync your leagues today over on Fantasy Pros for free, and go run as many mock drafts as you can with Draft Wizard right now to get prepared. And don't forget to use that draft assistant with Sync as well, so you get the best of the Fantasy Pros tools, because you deserve the best fantasy baseball team you could possibly get. That'll do it for me. I'll see you next time, kids.